The story of the Dalai Lama is not just a biography of one individual. It is a narrative woven into the fabric of Tibetan history, spirituality, and global consciousness. From the humble beginnings in a remote village of Tibet to the global icon of peace and compassion, the Dalai Lama's life has been a testament to resilience, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of humanity. This comprehensive biography aims to delve deep into the life of the Dalai Lama, exploring his early years, spiritual upbringing, political challenges, exile, advocacy for Tibetan autonomy, and his profound influence on the world stage. Through meticulous research, historical accounts, and personal narratives, we embark on a journey to understand the essence of the man known as the Dalai Lama. In the high mountains of Tibet, amidst the serene beauty of the Himalayas, a child was born on July 6, 1935. Named Lhamo Thondup, he was born into a humble farming family in the village of Taktse. Little did anyone know that this child would grow up to become one of the most revered spiritual leaders of the modern world. The discovery of the Dalai Lama is a mystical tale intertwined with Tibetan Buddhist tradition. When Lhamo Thondup was just 2 years old, a delegation of monks, led by Reting Rinpoche, a High Lama, arrived in Taktse. They were on a quest to find the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama, who had passed away. Through a series of tests and rituals, young Lhamo Thondup was identified as the reincarnation, the 14th Dalai Lama. At the tender age of 6, the Dalai Lama began his monastic education at Kumbum Monastery, where he studied Buddhist philosophy, meditation, and other traditional subjects. His innate curiosity and intelligence impressed his teachers, and he quickly advanced in his studies. As he immersed himself in the teachings of Buddha, the Dalai Lama developed a deep understanding of compassion, wisdom, and the interconnectedness of all beings. As the Dalai Lama continued his education, Tibet underwent profound political changes. In 1950, China's People's Liberation Army invaded Tibet, asserting its control over the region. This marked the beginning of a tumultuous period for Tibet, as the Chinese government sought to suppress Tibetan culture, religion, and autonomy. The young Dalai Lama found himself thrust into the center of this political maelstrom, grappling with the responsibilities of leadership at a tender age. Despite the political upheaval, the Dalai Lama remained steadfast in his commitment to his spiritual duties. In 1959, as tensions between Tibetans and Chinese authorities reached a boiling point, the Dalai Lama was forced to flee Tibet and seek asylum in India. This marked the beginning of his life in exile, a period defined by both personal loss and spiritual renewal. In exile, the Dalai Lama became the global face of the Tibetan struggle for autonomy and human rights. He traveled the world, meeting with world leaders, advocating for the Tibetan cause, and spreading his message of compassion and non-violence. Despite the challenges of exile, the Dalai Lama remained optimistic, believing in the power of dialogue and understanding to resolve conflicts. Central to the Dalai Lama's teachings is the concept of universal responsibility, the idea that all human beings have a responsibility to cultivate compassion and work for the greater good of humanity. He emphasizes the importance of inner peace, empathy, and altruism in creating a more harmonious world. Through his books, lectures, and public appearances, the Dalai Lama shares his wisdom with people from all walks of life, inspiring millions to lead lives of meaning and purpose. In 1989, the Dalai Lama was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in recognition of his non-violent struggle for the liberation of Tibet and his advocacy for global peace and human rights. This prestigious honor catapulted him onto the world stage, amplifying his message of compassion and non-violence to a global audience. Despite facing criticism and opposition from the Chinese government, the Dalai Lama remained steadfast in his commitment to dialogue and reconciliation. As the Dalai Lama enters his twilight years, his legacy continues to resonate around the world. His tireless efforts to promote peace, compassion, and human rights have inspired millions of people to strive for a better world. Although the political situation in Tibet remains unresolved, the Dalai Lama remains hopeful, believing in the power of dialogue and understanding to pave the way for a peaceful resolution. The life of the Dalai Lama is a testament to the power of compassion, resilience, and spiritual wisdom in the face of adversity. From his humble beginnings in a remote village of Tibet to becoming a global symbol of peace and compassion, the Dalai Lama's journey has touched the hearts and minds of people around the world. As we reflect on his life and teachings, may we be inspired to cultivate compassion in our own lives and work towards a more peaceful and harmonious world for future generations.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.